What is up, guys? So today we're going to talk about what happened yesterday with the shadow boxer versus Brett May. And if you're not aware, shadow boxer has been calling out Brett May, saying he's going to go and doorstep him, then he's going to go to Crew and doorstep JDP, and he did a live yesterday broadcasting it, saying, oh, he's messaged Brett's coming to fight him, and it was all just theatricality and deception, powerful agents for the uninitiated. Now it seems that everybody is talking about Brett. I don't usually watch these lives, but because it was in Doncaster, I thought, yeah, I'll watch it. I even did a bit of commenting, and I don't watch the lives because they do me head in. Like, I've been invited onto loads of different panels saying, oh yeah, come on, we'll have a laugh. And then I'll go on and I'll look at it, and it's just cringe to me. It's usually just like 3 or 4 people talking about bacons and bacon enablers and wrong uns and grasses, and then somebody will start giggling and cackling, and someone starts shouting, and there's always a Scottish person there for some reason. And it just does me head in, so I just don't bother watching it. But it was in Doncaster yesterday, so I thought, why not? And Shadowboxer did a live saying that he was meeting Brett, and he was in Doncaster, at Doncaster farm. But I'm from Doncaster. Yesterday, it was cloudy as hell. There was no blue skies. There was a little bit of sun every now and again, but it wasn't... I don't think he was in Doncaster, otherwise it would have been cloudy on the video. It might have been on like the outskirts of Donny, or maybe Sheffield, but I don't think he was in Doncaster. And I'm kind of getting tired of the whole looking for Brett May thing now. Anyway, it's played out. It's been done a million times, and it was funny. You know, when Brett first came along, he was calling out Decker. It was entertaining. It was good back and forth, and then he started having a back and forth with Paul Venice. After Paul Venice messaged him in private, he messaged him respectfully in private to have a fight, and Brett just lost his head and started terrorising Paul. He was flying around in his balaclava on, in his Jeep, hitting hotel rooms. He had people posted all over Doncaster. And Paul looked exhausted. He looked knackered. He looked like a broken man, and all he could do was sit back and watch. He couldn't do anything about it. All he could do was sit back and watch as Brett was putting on this performance and just terrorising him, and it was good. It was entertaining. And then nothing happened. There was no fight. It went quiet for a little bit, and then they rehashed it again, started having a bit of back and forth again, and he was riding about again, and it was good. It was interesting. It was entertaining. And then Danny Christie got involved, and talking about his missus or something, talking about his missus. What kind of a man would I be if I let him do this? And what kind of man does this? Because apparently Danny's a real man. You know, he solves all his problems with his fists, so that makes him a real man. So he says, I'm coming to Doncaster and I'm going to doorstep you, Brett. And Brett was saying, well, come to Donny then. Come to Donny, you'll get touched. And well, he came to Donny, and Brett was nowhere to be seen. So Brett went quiet a bit again, and then he started rehashing it again, kicking money, BKFC, and it just gets a little bit boring now, and that's what brought us to yesterday. Shadowboxer saying he's coming to Doncaster to doorstep him, and Brett, then there's no messages from Brett, no videos from Brett. He was off buying a new car or something. Shadowboxer just turned up, did a bit of shadowboxing, and just conned everybody. But I'm sure he made loads of money. Everybody is making money off Brett May. Everybody's leeching off his name, because, like it or not, Brett is a popular, controversial character, and he's massive on YouTube. Everybody's talking about him. I mean, you've got Edgehog Man. He's flying. His channel's doing great, getting tons of views because he's always talking about him. Even boring people like JDP, he's even making him somewhat interesting, because JDP is in on this doorstepping thing because he's been backing Brett. So yeah, Brett's made him interesting, and Andy Smith, even he's leeching off his name. And then Munkenstein's searching for him, Jimmy Justice searching for him. There's just so many people. And Andy Smith, he actually came to Doncaster, so fair play to Andy. Did a bit of content with Brett, but that was like 3 months ago, and Andy's still clickbaiting off his name now. He's even like making videos saying, "Oh, Brett May pranks Andy Smith." Brett's not even in the video. It's his mate pretending to be Brett, and he's shot him with a fire extinguisher, and then he's putting out videos saying, "Oh, Andy Smith and Brett May eat kebab," and Brett's not even in the videos. He's straight up lying. But you know what Andy says? It is what it is. He's just moving forward, even though he doesn't actually move anywhere. He's still got that bloody scruffy old quilt as well, hasn't he? But yeah, everybody's talking about Brett, getting big views off it. Boring channels talk about him, and you get like 2,000 views. So I don't understand why people are doing it, but it's just getting a bit boring for me. So yeah, that's my opinion on the whole thing. Did Shadow Boxer come to Doncaster? I don't think he did. He didn't look like Donny. I'm just trying to think of farms in Doncaster. I'm sure there are some, but in fact there's one in Tick Hill. But if you're in Tick Hill, that's only down road for me, so it definitely wasn't in Doncaster then. Because like I said, it's sunny, it's cloudy again today, so it looks like he's just done what he did last time. I saw a live what he did last time. He was going to fight someone, and he did the live, and they didn't turn up. Who was it? I can't remember who it was. But that's kind of what he does, you know. He messages people behind the scenes and tells them, "Oh, we'll have a bit of back and forth, you know, you call me names," and he's just playing the game, playing the YouTube game. He is good at it. He has got those dodgy charges hanging over him though. But you know what, I want to see Brett fight someone, but thinking about it, if he does fight someone, then maybe all this will go away, you know. So I'm sure he's making loads of money himself off of the YouTube revenue. So maybe he's thinking, well, if I do go and have a fight, then all this goes away. So he might be holding out on it, you know, trying to make as much money as he can. But me personally, as a viewer, I'd love to see him fight, because he's a big lump, you know, and he gets a lot of stick. People say he's not a fighter. But there's loads of fights online. There's fights in the Metrodome, fights in the hay bales. He fought on the BKFC. Like he's a big lump. I've met him in prison once. He was a violent prisoner. So he can fight, but I think he's lacking in confidence. I think he needs, like, maybe fight someone. Oh man, I wish I could go and meet him and just have a little spar with him, you know, not proper fight because he'd destroy me, but, you know, just like have a little move around. But I just can't. I'm too old. I can't even throw a punch hardly now without my shoulder dislocating. But yeah, I want to see him have a fight with someone, maybe get a couple little confidence boosters, fight some low-level guys, and then work up, put in a good training camp. I'd love to see what he can do. But anyway, yeah, that's my opinion on the whole thing. If you like this video, press the thumbs up. I'm going to go out on my bike in a bit and do a video talking about drugs and addiction. I'm going to go to some old places where I used to do drugs and see if I can find somewhere to do an interesting video. So if you like this video, press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Bonjour.